So we got some pretty interesting news for you guys, including Kingdom Hearts finally coming to the PC, Valentine's Day events for various online RPGs and MMOs, Borderlands 3 gets a director's cut, and perhaps an RPG similar to Baldur's Gate 3, but even darker. Hello everyone, my name is SK for Coffee and RPGs, where we cover the latest news, trends, and updates for the MMO and RPG gaming genre. If you guys have your cup ready with your beverage of choice, I'm drinking coffee as always. Let's go over these articles together. Cheers to you guys.
Consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification right next to it. Thank you.
Alright everyone, so let's go ahead and get things started. And first up, I just wanted to let you know that Rage 2 is going to be free on the Epic Game Store next week, and that's really awesome news because I haven't picked up this game yet. And also really quick to all you Nier fans out there, it says that in their next article that here's 9 minutes of new Nier Replicant gameplay footage, and that's all I really wanted to tell you. I obviously can't play all 9 minutes, it would just take way too long, but links to this will be down in the pinned comment section below if you're curious to take a look. But definitely take a look after you watch this video, okay? And moving on to massivelyop.com, and it says here in this article that Valentine's Day begins in Star Citizen, Star Wars Galaxies Legends, Dark Age of Camelot, and more. So I'm not going to go into every single little detail of every single game listed, but just in case if you are somebody who does play Star Citizen, Dark Age of Camelot, MapleStory, Dauntless, Mabonagi, Secret World Legends, RuneScape, and Star Wars Galaxies Legends, there is some sort of Valentine's Day event for you that's going on if you do play these games. And in their next article, it does say that Blade and Soul also has a Valentine's Day event, but you also get a new dungeon too called the Spectral Shrine Dungeon, which is a solo dungeon, and this update will drop on February 17th. And in their next article, we go over more Valentine's Day events for other various online MMORPGs out there. And it says that Valentine's Day arrives in Skyforge, EverQuest 2, Grand Theft Auto Online, PlanetSide 2, and Runes of Magic. And again, if you scroll down the article, it does list what kind of events that they are having and whatnot. But again, there's just too many games and details for me to go over again, and I'll have this down in the pinned comment section below if you're curious to take a look at the details if you do play any of these games. And lastly, we go over their next article, and it says that Star Citizen Previews Alpha Docking Features launches Valentine's event, again as I mentioned before, and Lunar New Year's events. As for the docking features, it's a matter of lining up dots and a guidance box to link up with a target, or simply holding down the landing key and letting the auto dock do the hard work for you. And as simple as that sounds, that just sounds really cool to me, because to be able to have two dynamic objects just linking together like that, and I don't know, it just seems very dynamic to me, and I think that's really cool. And in terms of their Lunar New Year event, they have red envelopes scattered throughout the main hubs, the main stations in the game, and you can find those to sell them off to vendors. And let's go ahead and shift gears here and head on over to MMORPG.com, and in their article it says that old school RuneScape postpones equipment rebalance. And it says here towards the bottom that the team cites the need for further analysis and further iteration before moving ahead with the rebalance. And in their next article it says that Kingdom Hearts series coming to the PC, which is awesome news, but it's an Epic Game Store exclusive, and I know a lot of people out there are probably booing about that. But anyways, this is a game that I remember coming out back in the early 2000s. I've never played it. I don't know if that train's long past. It just feels like it wouldn't be really the same if I played it now as to when I first heard of the game all those years ago, but I don't know, we'll see. Let me know down in the comment section below if you think this game is still worth playing, even if it is a Epic Game Store exclusive. And in their next article, it says that Temtem provides a development status update, ditches roadmaps. And it goes on to read that the developer Crema, and I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, details their current state of development and lets players know that while their roadmap for Temtem is out of date, everything is still coming to the game, but just eventually. With that being said, they are still adding a new island to the game, and it will arrive by the end of March or the beginning of April, and it's called Sinpanku or something. I don't know why they come up with these really wild names, but there you have it. Let's go ahead and switch gears one more time and head on over to GameRant.com, and in their first article it says that another Baldur's Gate 3 patch is coming soon, will reset saves unfortunately, and this is patch number 4, and you can actually get more details about this game at their second panel from hell, which will air on February 17th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And some of the things that may feature in this update, or presentation rather, is a sneak peek at updated cinematics, tieflings, new spells, and it says cows. I don't know why cows. Again, this doesn't mean that the content will be in patch 4, it's just upcoming content for the time being. But if you are somebody who plays update number 3 and still want to play through it without having to play it all over again. They are allowing an option where you can play with update number 3 rather than going over to update 4, which is always nice. And in the next article, it says that co-op shooter RICO London gets stylish reveal trailer. Numbskull Games reveals its newest title, RICO London, a stylish co-op shooter for the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, that's coming out later this year. And in terms of what the game looks and feels, the author of this article says that the gameplay almost looks like a mix of slow motion first person puzzly elements of Super Hot with the room clearing gameplay of Hotline Miami. If Numbskull Games can capture any of that, it may have a hit on its hands. And in their next article, it says that Kickstarter indie RPG Eiyuden Chronicle partners with publisher 505 Games. And really quick, if you didn't know, I certainly didn't know, the Kickstarter for this game actually reached over $4.5 million, and it's considered the 3rd largest video game project ever on Kickstarter. I wonder what the first one could have been. Take a guess. Now, if 505 Games sounds familiar, that's because they are the company that successfully kickstarted Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, helmed by Koji Igarashi, and that was a super successful platforming game that came out last year, and I know a lot of people had fun with that one. Next, let's go ahead and head on over to Gematsu.com, and in their first article, it says that Godfall Primal update is now available. They have seemed to add a lot of content this time around. Can't go over every single one of them, but some of the things that did stick out in my opinion include ascension levels, and this basically allows you to keep powering up even after you reach a level cap. Tower of Trials received substantial overhaul and expanded content, including fresh new objectives, better rewards, and greater challenges. Dreamstones have undergone extensive changes as well, including improved loot targeting and increased Electrum rewards. And of course, you have your quality of life improvements as well as squashing game bugs. And in the next article, it says that Dark Fantasy RPG Disciples Liberation announced for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC. And even though I have the trailer playing right now, and even though it's a CGI pre-rendered cinematic, I will admit it looks pretty dark. And it goes on to read that publisher Calypso Media and developer Frema Studios has announced Disciples Liberation, a mature dark fantasy strategy RPG with turn-based combat for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series. Yeah, anyways, I already mentioned that earlier, and will launch in the 4th quarter of 2021. A closed PC alpha test will run from March 3rd to April 3rd, along with 200 players to go hands-on with the early state of the game. Users can apply at the official website, and this is a link right here if you do want to click on that. Again, I'll have a link to this down in the pinned comment section below if you want to have a chance at getting your potential invite for testing this game. And to all you seafaring RPG fans out there who's looking forward to King of Seas, unfortunately it's been delayed to May, but they did pick up a new publisher, and the name of this publisher is Team 17. I've actually never heard of them, but at least they're making some progress. Yeah, I know I said that despite the delay, but again, you know, better to have a really good game with a delay than, well, think of Cyberpunk, I guess. And in their next article, it says that Borderlands 3 DLC Director's Cut launches on March 18th. And it goes on to read that it will be available individually or as part of Season Pass 2. The add-on features are enticing and has a variety of content, but the headline of this act is a brand new raid boss called Hemovorus the Invincible, and I do hope I'm saying that right. The Director's Cut also includes a series of murder mystery missions featuring brand new locations and a novel crime scene analysis mechanic. And lastly, the Director's Cut will give you access to 3 vault cards, which are your ticket to upcoming bundles and themed loot, which is always nice. And lastly, we head on over to Destructoid.com, and in their article it says that Stardew Valley 1.5 is out today on Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. And it goes on to read that with split screen co-op, a new island to explore, and loads more content. This is the biggest update yet, and that's pretty much it. If you want to take a look at a closer detailed list of all the new things that are in this game, again, as said before, sorry to sound like a broken record player, the links to this will be down in the pinned comment section below. And that concludes today's episode of MMO and RPG news, updates, and commentary. I really do appreciate it if you made it with me so far, as that tremendously helps out the algorithms. And if you feel as though I've earned your subscription, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell notification icon right next to it. Anyways, everyone, I will finally let you guys go. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers again, everyone.